I observe it as a ultimate bliss in my life the moment I'm able to understand the purpose, the meaningfulness of all those rituals and festivals that have been given as an observance to us, that come to us, that have been bequeathed upon us as an endowment by our great masters from unknown times. Under the parlance of ancient Indian wisdom, we experience rituals 365 days. Of course, they have certain astronomical essence behind them. But more than that, there is a great learning, that esoteric learning which acts as a classroom to nurture us at the end of our spirit, at the end of our mind, at the end of our intellect, and also at our physical dimension. And the same goes for something which I'm going to embark today, that is Deepawali, the Jyoti Parva. The Parva, the festival of luminosity, the festival when we observe effulgence, the light all over, the light in our mind, the light in our intellect, the light in our spirit, and the light around ourselves. This festival of luminosity does not come alone. It starts much earlier, although the ushering of this festivity starts right from the Navaratri onwards. But yet, 2 days before, we have a wonderful observance which is in the obedience of the god of Ayurveda, the ancient healing method, the ancient therapy in India, Ayurveda. The Navantari, the god, the creator, the bestower of the knowledge, this day is observed as his birthday. Because we certainly understand that yes, a healthy mind, a healthy body, a healthy intellect is the ultimate bliss for a human on the planet. And devoid of that, one cannot experience, one cannot cherish any pursuit, any objectivity. Therefore, 2 days before Dhanteras, the day which is observed as a celebration, as an observation, to pay obeisance to the god of Ayurveda, is observed. The following day is known by the name of Narak Chaudas. I'm not getting into the literal meanings of the words as such, but this day is a revolution. It is a declaration of war against all lethargy that prevails into the physical dimension and at the end of the mind. According to the ancient Indian belief, the lethargy at the end of the body can be eliminated with some effort. But the lethargy that has percolated, that has embroiled, that has engulfed the plane of the mind is difficult to perish. It does not relinquish a human mind easily. So in order to wage a war against the laziness, the inertia that has engulfed the mental plane of a human, this day is observed. And this day is observed as the day for the god of the death that we know as Yama. Yama means discipline, the god of discipline. Unless you are able to pursue, unless you're able to observe discipline, strict discipline in your life, discipline of the physical aspect, discipline of the time aspect, discipline of your behavioral aspect, discipline at all ends in your life, unless you observe discipline, you cannot observe any kind of lethargy, mismanagement, relinquish your seat of understanding. The third day then comes as Deepawali. And as the name goes, it is a celebration because Maryada Purushottam Ram made his return along with his wife Sita ji to his kingdom, Ayodhya. The name is Maryada Purushottam Ram. Maryada means something which is regulated, something which is controlled. Parush means endeavors, endeavors of the highest order, initiatives, efforts. And Uttam means of the excellent order, of the highest excellent order. Regulated efforts are considered to be efforts of the highest order. And wherever you make initiatives which are of highest order, that means they are regulated, well thought, well conceived, well revisited, modified, corrected, amended, again then implemented, such efforts are certainly going to yield results in the form of prosperity and also to manage any kind of chaos, to manage any kind of problem. Therefore, on this particular day, not only that we light lamps to observe luminosity, at the same time we also observe two primary deities for celebration, and they are Ganapati, the god of entire management, the god which can remove any obstacle, and Lakshmi, the deity of all prosperity and wealth. They're also observed on the same day. Why? Because efforts of the highest order that are regulated, they're regulated. Regulated means when you start doing something, you're not driven by a wild and a weird passion. You keep revisiting, evaluating, making amendments, modifications, again then implementing. That is called as a regulated endeavor. Regulated endeavors of the highest order certainly yield results, and they can eliminate obstacles even. Soon after Deepawali, we have another festival, a ritual also observed by the name Govardhan. Go means energy. According to the root in Sanskrit, Go means energy. Devoid of energy, one cannot make any kind of an initiative. Energy is the prerequisite. It is the mandate. What all you dispense in your life, all business that you conduct is an outcome of the investment that you make in the form of time, attention, energy. Time, attention, energy. What is time, attention, energy? It's all energy. It comes down to all energy. If you don't have energy, you don't have attention. If you don't have energy, you cannot utilize the time even. So energy is something which is the fulcrum upon which the entire game plan of the life moves. So Govardhan means enhancement of the levels of the energy, so that one can initiate upon larger objectives, one can initiate upon larger resolves, one can trigger the element of true will within. And the next day to that, the fifth day, is Bhaiya Dooj, which is observed for the bonding of the brother and the sister. A brother and the sister, of course, two opposite genders born in the same family. This particular bonding between brother and sister is cherished in India since unknown times. And it is said that Lord Krishna, after killing a demon, he visited his sister Saubhadra. Saubhadra, the name itself goes, after killing a demon, he went to Saubhadra. Bhadra means someone who is very good. According to the Hindi meaning of the Sanskrit meaning of Bhadra is someone who is noble. Saubhadra engaged in doing noble things. So Saubhadra is the sister of Krishna. Soon after eliminating the demon, he visits sister to initiate upon objectives that are good. And at the same time, it's also an observance that Yama, the god of death, god of discipline, visited his sister Yamuna on the same day. All these ritualistic observations give us the luminosity, the light of understanding that we also have to nurture, contemplate. Yes, the festivity, the festival and the uproar that goes on during the festivity is good. It's good for experience of joy, but much more than is the message which is intrinsic, which has to come down to our comprehension, our clear understanding, the efforts of the highest order. Whichever objective you may be having, longing to cherish, if at all you have not been able to take an initiative, why not to make a start from this day itself? Because according to the Hindu beliefs, we also start our new year from this day. We start our new books, we open a new register. All those noting, all those compilations of all documentation can be initiated today. We also observe this as a day of pujan, as a day of a ritual, to pay respects to the pen, the one which we write with, because all that we are going to script from today onward is going to be for lofty ideals, for noble pursuit, for noble objectives. This is something Deepawali comes up as a complete package for new initiatings for the year to come. I wish all of you happy Deepawali. The same goes to me, myself, and the same goes through me to all of you. See you sometime in the next program. Thank you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.